Alright, we're live. Go ahead and include your audio, boys. Let, let me know when you're synced. Just go into the, party.
Audio. There we go.
Hello everybody. My name is Dwarvanclan 117, and we're here with another episode of Dwarvanclan Live. This time we're playing Skyrim at this point. I've got a few new guests with me, along with my co-host, Quasi-Meteor. Say hello, boys, and introduce
Hola.
yourself.
Hola, me llamo Quasi.
I'm Ian.
I'm Drew. Hooray! Okay.
Good start. Good start.
Alright, so
Very
today
anticlimactic.
for you all, we have been scrolling the internet for the best troll pastas, and we have found something called Bob.exe.
You have shown ferocity
Yeah.
and prowess in
Yeah.
combat.
That's all I'm gonna
So,
say. It's really
who wants to start this beautiful
Be able to cast a
piece of
spell
literature off?
and strike with the hidden blade.
Drew. I vote Drew does.
Sure.
Alright, you ready?
Alright.
Yeah.
An astute observation.
Okay.
Skyrim is a beautiful and harsh mistress.
Okay.
But her people cling to
I'm a
such
Lego
fleeting
maniac.
notion of
I can't
honor.
help it. I've been building with these Danish plastic blocks for as long as I can remember. I collect all sorts of Lego sets.
It is time
Everything
this
from
replaced
classic Legoland Space to the Lego
traditional
Movie.
fashion.
I've got complete sets of 16 from every series of minifigures, plus two Mr. Gold minifigures that I ordered off eBay for 9,999.98 cents each. My basement is
something you would
occupied
buy.
with tables and shelves adorned with models to the point where it's impossible to walk around without bumping into something. I subscribed to Brick Kicks Back in 1987, and after that went out of print. Followed up with Lego Mania, Lego Magazine, Brick Maker Magazine, and now Lego Club Magazine, plus issues of Lego Adventures, and World Club Magazine that I imported from Europe. I've still got every Lego t-shirt from the 90s, even though none of them fit now, including one awesome shirt that I got with some UFO landing rovers from $5.99. My wallet is so thin since crack is cheaper, but I'm always the first to check to see if the local Lego store has received the latest shipments of Ultimate Collector Series Star Wars set. Some may say at the ripe age of 38, my life is a wreck, but that's the life of a Lego maniac.
And a crack addict. Who wants to do?
Alright.
Someone, someone please take it off
Ian,
from
your
here.
turn.
Okay, I get to read the next one. Well, let's talk about Lego video games. When Lego Island first came out in 1997, my mind was blown. It was totally awesome, dude. And it was the 90s, what meant you could say totally awesome, dude, in public without people staring at you. Ever since then, I've collected every single Lego game, plus any re-releases. This includes titles like, Galador, I think, and Bionicles the
Galador.
game. Galador, alrighty. And, Bionicles the game, which are total garbage, but I still play them anyway, because they are Lego. And even though TT Games, the latest title of the Lego Movie video game, this is another version of Lego Star Wars without any of the novelties or fun of the first 500 Lego Star Wars that they released in the past 2 years. I still love it because I'm that much of a Lego maniac, but sadly, there's one Lego game that I thought that I would never be able to enjoy again. Lego Universe.
Alright, I guess I'll go now. That is until one fateful day this past winter. I was playing the Lego Movie video game on the PC, checking out a cool cheat code that unlocks Johnny Thunder and wondering why he simply wasn't available from the start, because clearly everyone would want to play him as him, so it is a mystery why you can't play as him unless you know a cheat code. It was about 1:53 in the afternoon when I heard my grandmother screaming at me, "Zach! The mailman arrived 2 hours ago!" By the way, that's how her grandmother looks. Or sounds. Stop playing that game and make yourself useful, young man.
Fine,
Hey,
Grandma, I
Grandma.
yelled back at her. Annoyed, I paused the game and went outside to collect the mail. I just wanted to say
As
that,
I
man.
brought it inside the house and put it down on the kitchen table, I was expecting to find another unemployment check. Instead, much to my surprise, I found a CD case and a note. Even though it was written very messily and even though its writer was in a hurry, I immediately recognized the handwriting on the note as belonging to my old friend and former fellow Lego maniac, Jack.
Alright, Dwarven, you get to go now.
Oh, man.
I gotta clear my throat for this one. Zach, I've had enough of this. I can't handle it anymore. It's too much for me. I had to get rid of this, somehow, but instead of destroying it myself, or just selling it on eBay, you know how all these creepypasta games get around, I thought giving it to you was a much better option. Please don't make me regret this decision by doing something stupid that would end up being written about in some lame, overly cliched creepypasta. Please, Zach, you have to destroy this... Destroy this disc, because I cannot, for somebody poorly explained reasons. It's the only way. Do not play it. Please. Oh, $500,000. Do not play it. I trust you as a friend, Zach. Please, don't make me feel that my trust has been misplaced by going against what I am telling you. Do not play it. Do not think about playing it. Do not even think about not playing it. You cannot let yourself be tempted, even though it is only fully functional Lego copy of Lego Universe that still works offline. Oh well, a fully functional copy of Lego Universe that still works offline. Everything else didn't matter as soon as I read those words. Finally! I was about to play Lego Universe again. It was a Lego maniac's dream come true!
With that,
I tossed aside the note. Oh,
okay. Okay, Drew, you go.
with that, I tossed aside the note and looked at the CD. It was blank and plain on appearance, though the words Bob.exe were scrawled on it with permanent black marker. I immediately recalled that Bob was the name of LEGO Universe's mascot, and that only reminded me of how excited I was to play this game.
I raced back to my computer and immediately X'd out of the Lego Movie video game. And in my haste, I even forgot to save. But not that it mattered anyway. I took out the disc for the Lego Movie game and threw in the CD for Bob.exe. Soon quickly that I nearly shattered it to pieces in my excitement.
Alright, I'll go. This opened the LEGO Universe Patcher, and it started downloading some new files before saying it was ready to play. I launched the game, and it brought me to the main menu. Everything was just as I remembered it. The music by Brian Tyler, the funny little animations with the Nexus astronaut and the dragon in the background, and of course, Bob himself, standing cheerily next to the login menu to welcome me back to this friendly universe.
Totally not Photoshop, I swear.
Terrible. I typed in my Lego.com username and password and clicked the blue arrow to continue. The connecting authentication message popped up, and then, for approximately 0.51 seconds, the game flashed something very different, something that I'm somehow able to remember perfectly in the instant it appeared.
The Lego Universe logo is no longer looked polished, but now rusted. The white, bubbly clouds vanished in the blue red, you know, as all gaming creepypastas end up. The blue trees on the horizon turned black. You know, just like my soul. And it looked like had been left bare to the blackened bark. Okay. The Nexus astronaut was lying on the floor, which was no longer white, but now resembled the scorched earth of a volcano, and the dragon stood over him with vicious intent. Down at the bottom of the screen, where it normally says copyright 2011, the Lego Group, the year was replaced with 6. 6, 6. And the blood, hyper-realistic blood. Blood on the logo, blood on the trees, blood on the Nexus astronaut, blood on the floor, blood dripping from the dragon's maw, blood on the blood. Blood!
But worst of all was
Blood.
Bob. He looked fairly normal, staring at me with a perpetual smile, but there was something horribly wrong about his normally comforting smile, and there was blood dripping from his empty black eyes.
But, as I said, this was only approximately 0.51 seconds, so it didn't bother me. I just thought I imagined it. My therapist often tells me that I imagine things. He just doesn't understand. All I need to do is just imagine.
Alright, who wants to go now? I guess I'll go.
After that, it stayed on the connecting to authentication
Bye,
screen
Drew.
for
Be
about
that way.
10.3
I wanted to read.
before moving on to the character select screen. To my surprise, none of the 4 characters displayed were my characters prior to LEGO Universe's closure. Instead, they were NPCs from the game, but not just any NPCs. They were Hailstorm, Vanda Darkflame, Duke Exeter, and Dr. Overbuild.
In my excitement, I did not notice right away a few things that seemed wrong. In the background, there is normally a bunch of blue tinted stick figures playing around. Ooh, bow trickle, wow, wow. Sorry. Here, they were red tinted instead of, and appeared to be missing their heads. Oh, that's kinky. There was probably some blood too. The back
Right for that
the background music sounded like it was 50% slower and in reverse for some reason, and I could swear that some parts of the reverse song almost sounded like the ticking of a clock, but I was sure that this wasn't symbolic of anything. 2 hours later, oh god, it was
There's
symbolic.
so much to read. I wasn't
next?
worried. So, what?
Nothing, just keep going, man, just keep going.
Okay, I was I wasn't worried. So what if there was a few graphical and auditory glitches? I was going to play Lego Universe again. I was going to play as Hailstorm in the other fractions leaders without hesitation. I selected Hailstorm and pressed the blue arrow to continue. Rather, I would have pressed the blue arrow, but for some reason it was red. When I clicked it, I could
Hey,
have
Dwarvanclan,
sworn
respawn.
that I heard high-pitched laughter in the background, sounding almost like an echoing version of Bob's laughter.
The screen went black for a loose estimate of 9.896 seconds. Then the loading screen popped up and said that my destination was the Venture Explorer. Now, this was the first time I thought something was odd. Was Hailstorm's save file really only on the tutorial level of the game? I also noticed that the Venture Explorer's artwork depicted the spaceship looking even more wrecked than I remembered it. I just assumed that this was one of those new files that it downloaded. Probably some cool hyper-realistic graphics update that was never released thanks to LEGO Universe's cancellation.
Oh, I wonder what that could be, man.
Alright, I'll go. When Hailstorm spawned on the Venture Explorer, the first thing wait, we already... No, okay.
No.
The first thing I
Keep going.
noticed was that the Venture Explorer's interior was also considerably more wrecked than I remembered it, with entire pieces of the walk into pieces. Suspended animation were cracked, but the figures inside remained light. That was nowhere to be seen, but then his bloody body smashed into a pool of blood.
Wait,
Blood.
wait.
The world.
Was it hyper-realistic blood?
No, just
No, it was like instead of it, 720p, 666p.
Let's
You can see all the
Okay.
pixels in the blood, man.
More suspicious pools of blood coating the entire world. I wasn't sure what it was, but like before, it sounded like it was played in reverse at 50% speed.
Oh, I
The
missed.
drug.
Floor is waiting for me. Like face was locked in a perpetual glen with blood dripping from one arm out
Oh
of
wait,
its
no, no.
socket
I got
to
an
wave
idea.
it at me.
Every time you say blood, it must be in an Asian accent.
Brud.
What?
Brud.
No, it'd be brud.
Brud.
Blood. Remember being a
Brud.
cute little animation in a vein of Lego Island, but now when his arm out of the a fountain of blood erupted from his open socket in the manner whatever of the black knife from Matty Python.
Me. I
What if we read each
interacted with
paragraph in a different accent?
Yeah, no.
No. We're just
no.
gonna
I
keep.
just want
We're
to
just
point
gonna
out
keep
how
it.
far we're in. Like, if we keep like doing accents,
The
look how far
game
we're in right now.
indicated that Bob had a mission for me. I interacted with him to accept the mission. His dialogue was simply, "Hey kid, do you want to use your imagination?" I
Alrighty.
didn't remember this dialogue from the game, but I shrugged it off. Why should I be afraid? It was only a video game.
That's what
The
they all
mission was
say.
to collect 6 imagination orbs from around the nearby pistons, just like I remember it. Despite the horribly wrecked status of the ship, the pistons were still functional, and I was able to grab 5 of the orbs with ease. However, upon grabbing the 6th orb, Bod Fates started flashing on the screen. The game started lagging horribly as the frame rate took a nosedive. This caused me to miss a jump, and Hailstorm promptly fell into a worrying of the ship where he was hoarding. What the heck? Yeah, electrocuted. I can't talk, man.
That's wiring.
Why? Why? Yeah, I know. I was trying to figure out what that was.
Okay then.
Where are we?
I was seething. That's cheap. I yelled at the computer. I died because of lag. That the smashed popped up appeared.
Mouth.
But it was different. Instead of Bob, it depicted Hailstorm, with gratuitous amounts of blood pouring out of his mutilated body. The word
But worst of all, the rebuild option was not available. This especially irritated me because I thought that the game was glitched and I would have to restart in order to choose the pop-up, which I originally already had to do enough times in the beta testing. It wasn't particularly eager to relive those memories.
Oh, you guys are gonna have to keep reading. I'm kind of busy.
Fortunately, after about 7.4259 seconds, the screen cut to black with Bob laughing echoing in the background. And then approximately 10.2651 seconds later, the game returned to the character selection screen.
Hailstorm's
Hailstorm's
minifigure was Hailstorm's minifigure was
Oh.
desaturated of color. He no longer had his usual cocky expression, but now looked depressed. There was blood dripping from his eyes, just like Bob. But most importantly, he could not be selected as a player character. I tried for several minutes, but failed.
Had no one noticed
Anybody-
how this is like a ripoff of Sonic.exe?
I think we
Have
all
any of
noticed
you
at this
guys actually
point.
played Lego Universe before?
No.
No.
I played it. I played
Wait,
it
you
when it
play
was
Sonic?
out. No,
I
no,
read
played
it,
Lego
and this is like
Universe.
exactly the same. And like, I remember
I
when you
remember
were
all
talking about how
this.
long everything took, he would say how long in seconds. Just like this.
Did you ever play it, Ian?
No.
I'm just trying to find where we left off.
Oh, so I decided to try another character. Vanda Darkflame. Again, as I clicked the red arrow to continue, Bob's laugh was heard as a screen cut to black for a rough estimate of 9.95376 seconds.
Oh my
When the
God.
loading screen popped up, this time my destination was Avant Gardens.
Avant-Gardent. Alright.
Avant-Gardent.
Vanda
I lost my
Darkflame
place.
spawned near the wrecked Paradox research facility. Dark and sinister music was playing, once again in reverse, played at 50% speed.
How does he know it's
Avant-Gardent's...
at 50% though?
It was 50.1%.
No, it's actually 50.963.
Oh my god.
Avant-Gardens was not
Okay.
as I remembered it. The trees were bare and dead, and the grass burned away, to reveal scorched earth beneath. There were two birds singing, and the ground littered with skeletons wearing pink pants, lying the pools of blood.
I went to find Wisply.
Wisply,
No, he is.
expecting
My
that
turn.
he would give me
No,
a mission to find. Well, fine then, go right ahead.
Butthole.
The big one.
The big butthole?
Yes.
The big Lego butthole.
Because
would
we've
be
already-
much more
Because
entertaining.
we are almost halfway through this.
Because
We are gonna
we're-
finish this.
Exactly. Thank you.
We
We are
started
half-
this and we're gonna finish this.
We are halfway through already, and we are not going to stop this. Maybe later we will
We're
read some
gonna-
gummy bear reviews.
We're gonna finish this bad Sonic
I have
EXE
2 gummy bear
Red Bob.
reviews ready.
Oh, good for you.
So
We're
I have them,
finishing
like,
this
in
first.
reserve.
My favorite one is by Aaron.
Alright. Let's finish this first, then we'll cut in some gummy bear reviews to kind of help rebuild some dead brain cells.
Oh, my phone turned off,
I
damn
think
it.
it'll do
Okay.
the opposite, but alright.
I mean, we're gonna be sitting bricks, so you know. Alright, I went to find Wisply, expecting that he would give me a mission to find It's Beyond Star Cracker. Instead, Wisply was covered in bandages, or rather, more bandages than usual. He was wrapped in bandages from head to toe like a mummy. The bandages also looked like they were stained with red.
Mummy came in my closet.
You guys remember the movie The Mummy?
No, I was quoting Monster Squad, but it's okay.
What is that?
It's just the best monster movie in the world. Let's
Okay.
continue. It should be I ran a Sentinel outpost. Someone should read the next part.
No, but we're not even halfway over. That's the painful part. Wisply did not offer a mission, but a dialogue bubble appeared over his head.
A dialogue bubble.
I guess being covered with bandages would do that to you.
Alright, I'll go now. I ran to the Sentinel outpost, expecting to find an Epsilon star cracker. Instead, I found Bob again, grinning with blood dripping out of his eyes. His slanted Chinese eyes. Brud. Oh my god, I'm gonna stop now.
Just please
This is now
stop.
becoming the norm.
Just please stop.
He had a mission, accompanied by the dialogue. Calling for help from Sentinel? They won't help you. What a paradox, isn't it? This made no sense, so I just ignored it.
The mission was to build a satellite beacon to call in a Sentinel flight airstrike. I found out one of the quick builds fairly quickly, and assembled it. The satellite beacon made an unusual sound that sounded like an 8-bit version of Bob's laugh. Moments later, I heard the familiar sound of Sentinel flight zooming overhead. However, instead of aiming for the nearby Stormlings and Stormling mech, Sentinel flight bombed Vanda Darkflame instead. She screamed as she was consumed in the explosion, and when the dust settled, there was nothing but a pool of blood where she once stood. Bob's face flashed on screen for nearly 0.3141596 seconds when this happened.
Oh, come on! I grumbled. Do you really expect me to buy that?
The smats popped up. Pop-up appeared, looking as it did before, with dead text with a lot of blood. However, this time it was Vanda Darkflame depicted in the pop-up instead of hailstorm. Just as before, there's no option to rebuild. And I have to wait roughly 6.73859372 seconds before the screen cuts to black with Bob laughing echoing in the background.
Even better. You're gonna have to keep reading, guys. I'm taking on a giant or two.
Okay, about 10.2948571 seconds later, I was I was back character selection screen like Kale, Van the Dark Flames minifigs with you know, I can't say that.
Desaturated.
Desaturated, depressed, and crying blood. She wasn't playable anymore
Ooh.
either, so I moved on to the next character, Bob.exe.
I clicked on the red arrow to continue. Bob laughed, and the screen cut to black for nearly 10.04867397 seconds. The loading screen indicated that I was going back to Avant Gardens. This time, Duke Exeter spawned in the Sentinel base camp. The background music sounded like it might have been calm and relaxing if I played normally, but instead sounded ominous and foreboding due to being slowed down and played in reverse like the other songs at 50% speed. Actually 50.21982 something, etc. I lost my place. Continue.
Yeah,
Ian.
where does 650 at? It just said play in reverse like the other percent. Most of the Sentinel faction members were dismembered in a pool of blood, which caked the ground and walls of the camp. Deciding
Just
that
like
I
Ian's
want to
previous
remain in
girlfriends.
the Sentinel base camp, I made my way.
Oh.
Drew?
Oh no! Oh no! Somebody continue.
It's been a long
Somebody
They
needs-
took them
somebody
away
needs to
like the
continue.
Legos.
Deciding that I didn't want to remain in the Sentinel base camp, made my way for the tunnel to Assembly Mount. Wait, yeah, whatever. However, the jump pad required past the terminal and Kennedy. Whatever. I can't read anymore. Drew, you got this. Drew's not here. I mean, Brian.
Quasi, you got this, man.
Alright.
You got it.
You went to go play Watch Dogs.
Alright, so
Are you gonna be kidding
turning
me?
around, I noticed that Bob, Brud, and all was standing in Beck's Strongheart's place. Once again, he had a mission for me. I was getting tired of this pattern, but since I had nothing better to do, I grudgingly accepted. His mission dialogue was simply, "You cannot survive forever, you know." The mission was to survive 6 minutes and 66 seconds in avant-garde and survival instance. This sounded like no real challenge to me, who previously held the Storm Universe record for surviving 78 hours, 35 minutes, and 25 seconds with nothing more than a few boxes of pizza, a carton of chocolate milk, and an adult diaper. I started the survival instance, and Duke Exeter the battlefield. Upon initiation, Bob's face flashed on screen for 93786935938 seconds, and then suddenly Duke was instantly overwhelmed by an impossible large horde of dark spiderlings that killed him in the blink of an eye. Hey, no fair! I yelled at the computer screen. That's clearly hacking. The altered smashed screen popped up again, this time starring Duke Exeter, and was really starting to lose its novelty and become more of an annoyance than anything. The screen cut to black with Bob's laugh echoing in the background, which was seriously starting to grate on my nerves. Alright, somebody go.
Hold on, I'll be back in a second.
Oh no, we can't.
Marvin.
What are we gonna do? We can't.
Marvin.
I gotta focus
Keep going,
on the
Bryce.
footage.
You got this.
Keep going, dude. You got this, man. Just keep reading. We support you.
Zach! I heard my
I gotta find
grandfather
my
yell at me
space.
in the room. Take a break from your game, it's time for your nap. Oh, come on, Grandma, I shouted back. I'm 38 years old, I don't need a nap. Young man, she scolded. So long as you live under my roof, you will live under my rules. And it's time for your nap. Knowing
pretty
it
sad
wasn't
when he's
worth
38.
arguing. Oh my god.
Just the fact that
Knowing
his
it wasn't
grandma,
worth
just the fact that
arguing,
his
since I
grandma's
always lose
going in.
arguments against my grandmother.
He's 38
Anyways,
years old.
the
and
grandma
his
gonna
grandma
die?
is telling him to take a nap. I think that's the funniest thing of all.
Knowing it wasn't worth arguing, since I always lose arguments against my grandmother anyways, I grumbled to myself. I shut down Bob.exe, got up from my computer, walked 2 feet to the couch, and laid down to
Crap,
Bob.
crotch, crap, crouch. You know, one of those two.
I've been looking for that blade for months.
I stood in the void, freezing cold and pitch black. At first, there was a defeating silence, but then I heard voices crying out in terror. I turned and was startled to see a hailstorm. Found a dark flame, a Duke Exeter standing before me. They were all drained of color. Sorry, they were all drained of color, save from the bright red blood gushing from their empty black eyes. They reached out for me, wailing in pain and agony. I was powerless to help them. And then I heard an all too familiar laugh. I turned around slowly to see Bob. He grinned sadistically, his
Bob.
empty eyes boring into my soul as hyper-realistic blood streamed down his face. He spoke with a voice that sounds like the grinding of bones. Don't you see how much fun it is to use your imagination? I was too terrified to reply. Couldn't even run. Yes, Zach.
Yes, Zach. You're at my mercy now. And would it be long now before? Wait, what? Right.
What? I
Right.
just read all of that.
I
Go.
saved you. That was your break. That was your break.
Just hurry up and finish. I gotta focus on footage. I gotta actually focus on the game now.
We're like 2/3 away, man. 2/3.
I
Come
noticed
on.
that Bob
Story.
was confused about something, so I turned around and, much to my surprise, saw Leonardo DiCaprio and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
wait,
DiCaprio
what?
raised his DiCaprio.
Wait,
my
no,
notes, Dean, that's
DiCaprio?
Don't mind us, he insisted. We're not really here. I promise we're not trying to perform an inception or anything like that. We're just ordinary projections of your subconscious. Just carry on and pretend we don't exist. Excuse me, growled Bob. I'm trying to be super creepy right now, you guys. You guys are ruining the spooky atmosphere. But it was too late.
But it was
I realized
too
that
late.
Bob
I
had no
realized that
power
Bob
over
had
me.
no power
It
over
was
me.
all
It was
just a dream.
just a dream.
And when you know you're
And when you know you're
dreaming, you
dreaming,
can't take that
you can't
dream
take
in any
the dream
direction you
direction you want it. Spooky,
Got started
scary
again.
potatoes.
It's just a freaking picture of Leonardo DiCaprio as a potato. Did I
Wait,
say
what?
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Wait, is Bob a potato right now?
Yes, Bob is a
Why
potato.
is Bob a potato? I missed that.
Wait,
know.
what?
With a slide circle, I snapped my
No,
fingers,
I
and
think
Bob
that's
turned
Bob.
into a potato. There we go, and that's why.
Yeah.
That's why.
Curse you,
He
Leonardo
snapped, and he's now a
DiCaprio.
potato. And then I
Alright,
took
Ian, you
off
get
in
to
the
read.
flight like Superman, and went on all sorts of Yannicky check with dreams adventure full of pink elephants and shape-shifting dragons. An elderly interdimensional ruler who believed in liberal blind justice, a cult of people who were accidentally worship Unikitty, a bunch of goats arguing over whose house they would hunt. My God, they would hunt.
Where am I
Whatever. I
going?
can't read anymore. Bryce.
No, my throat
Some-
hurts.
Myra
Just
McShin when she was
keep-
backing up the sewers pipes in a Lego store that had every single Lego set, including those that do not exist anymore, or do not even exist. My bad. But always smiled, mostly for some reason. Everything was awesome. And off in some corner of the dreamscape, a lonely potato screamed, "Curfew, Leonardo DiCaprio." This makes no sense. I woke
like
up
the
from my
rest,
nap
like the
12
rest of it
hours
does.
later. Yeah, well, it made sense before, the freaking potato. I thought aloud, that was pointless. Then, like, nothing ever happened. I got off the couch, returned to the computer, and could continue playing Bob.exe. It's like he appeared in my dreams. Duke Exeter was depressed, desaturated, and crying blood. He was no longer playable either. I could tell that there was a predictable pattern forming, but since I was bored and had nothing else better to do, I decided to select the final playable character, Dr. Overbuild. As I expected, clicking the red arrow caused Bob to laugh and the screen to cut to black for about 9.79035834961 seconds. Once again, destination Avon Gardens. Dr. Overruler spawned at the base of Semley Mount. The mount appeared to be on the verge of collapse and did not look very well maintained compared to normal appearance. It was also covered with dead birds and blood. Front Steed Steely was horribly mangled. And
Sir,
lying
you
a
are
pool of
putting
blood.
wait. You're putting no passion into this whatsoever.
Okay, you know what? We're not even two
Put
thirds done.
put some passion into this, man. This isn't a third
I
grade.
lost where I was.
This isn't a third grade play. Put some passion into it, man. Where the heck
This
is
isn't good
Berlina
anymore,
at?
man. Second you wake up from the dreams, it went bad. It went downhill, man. Go back to the dreams.
Oh, don't tell me I accidentally killed Berlina. Ah, dagnabbit.
Right.
Where were you? I wasn't.
I don't know.
That was
That's
a
all I was
pain.
asking you.
You know,
The
I
background
think-
music was played at 50% speed and reverts, which by now was nothing new, but essentially everything that might have been mildly unnerving in the first 5 minutes was now boring, and a rehash formula. And that's where we're at, right? Take it
As I
away.
expected, it was Bob who stood where Rusty normally would stand, offering a mission. This time, although Bob was still grinning and still had blood dripping from his eyes, his demeanor seemed a little angrier than before. I guess he wanted revenge for being turned into a potato in my dream. When I interacted with him, his mission text simply said, "You cannot beat me."
The mission was to ascend the mount and reach the final line. Based on his dialogue, I have expected that he would race me. Even after accepting the mission, Bob was just
think I
still
accidentally-
indolently in place. So I left from behind at the starting line.
I think I accidentally killed
Ugh.
Berlina. Oops, I have to go back. Oh
Good
boy.
fun.
I know, right? Thanks.
Poor Berliner.
Can I just skip to the ending?
No. No, you cannot. You know what? Fine. Just like skip to the last 3 paragraphs, and we'll call it good. At this point, I'm
Actually,
actually.
we're almost there.
Are you serious? Just
Okay.
continue reading down. I mean, if we're already
Then it
almost 3
turned out-
paragraphs away, just keep reading at this point.
Okay. Then it turned out that I didn't need to shut the game off myself because my computer's whatever. I can't read anymore.
I think we're all dead at this point.
What?
We've got so
Just
much dead
imagine,
brain.
I turn around to see where the voice came from, and then when I saw sitting on my computer desk, staring right at me, was a Bob minifigure, smiling, blood under its eyes. I just imagine how much money I can make by auctioning off of eBay. Okay, so he's gonna sell that. That makes sense.
Yeah, of course it does.
Auctioning. Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know where we are.
Oh no, it's done.
It's done. Is that it?
We're done? Okay.
Was that it?
Okay.
Yeah, that was
good.
the ending.
All right.
That
What
was
was
the
your...
ending.
All right. To
Freedom.
top this masterpiece off. What were you guys' thoughts on this masterpiece of golden literature that the human race just can't live without?
It made my throat hurt.
Don't
That's my
Don't do
response.
drugs.
do drugs.
Drugs are bad.
You know, in this case, drugs
They
will probably
lead to
help him
what
more than
this is.
anything if he's seeing
So-
Leonardo DiCaprio and a freaking potato, and that's talking to him.
Oh, this.
Da-da-da.
I gotta admit, this was
Da-da-da.
almost a trip and a half. I'm pretty sure all our brains are dead at this point. I can probably guarantee you.
No, they are.
Too many decimal points.
Too many
Why can't you
decimals.
just use sig figs.
Oh, this was oh, so
That
who
was
had
painful.
the sugar-free gummy bear stories?
Drew,
Drew.
but he's not here anymore. I think. Did he turn off his Xbox? No,
I don't
he's
know.
still here.
He said his Wi-Fi crapped.
His Wi-Fi crashed. That's points. Oh boy.
It says he's
Well,
in the party though.
he is. Even better. All right, I think we should put an end to the video for today. Maybe
Yes.
pick back up later today. After our brain cells have been restored. have
We need to
regenerated from.
recover after that.
Our brain cells need a recovery. Oh. I don't feel so
Oh, man.
good anymore.
I kind of
was
want
your
to eat
fault.
potatoes now.
I want to go watch Inception.
Titanic.
Titanic.
My heart will go on.
Titanic.
Titanic.
Titanic. John reference.
Titanic. I don't know. Titanic.
Hold on, let me go play a copyright strike on this stream. Let me pull it up.
Oh no, no, not yet. No, we're so young. You know, I'd hate to see how long we've been broadcasting for.
You gotta call this
How long?
Bird
how-
versus Camel.
John Tron, here we go. Oh, here it is.
No.
No. All right, this has been a great video so
Yeah.
far. As
You've been saved by an ad.
as anything, thank you. Oh, thank I moan. Oh, hey Drew, hey Ian, do a story about Digimon. I think I'm the only viewer. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for
That
thanks
was gonna
for
be the
jo-
exit music.
thanks for joining us in this horrible thing. Bye.